Draft your musicians, plan your schedule, and chain your rewards in Draft and Write Records. Thank you for joining me here at Tantrum Mouse Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp. Draft and Write Records is a roll and write style game for 1 to 6 players that takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play. Now, instead of rolling dice, you're going to be drafting cards. It's being published by InsideUp Games, who is sponsoring this video. And as in all of our overview videos, we'll give you an idea on how the game is played, but we won't be sharing our thoughts on likes or dislikes. And this is just a prototype, so what you will see will probably not be exactly what the finished product will look like. But now, let's take a look at Draft and Write Records. You'll shuffle the play cards together. The cards in the deck are determined by the number of players in the game. The player count is indicated on the cards in the lower right-hand corner. Players each receive a band sheet from the pad. They'll be writing on this throughout the game with the colored pencils provided. Players also choose a personal goal at the beginning of the game. There will also be public goals that can be completed during the game. Your band sheet is divided into a number of different sections. On the left, you'll be filling in spots as you move your tour bus. In the middle is where you'll be adding musicians and other people to your band. Around the outside, you have harmonies, assets, agendas, releases, and more. Here's a quick overview of the game. The game is played in a series of rounds. Each round, there's a week phase and then a weekend phase. There are a few ways to trigger the end of the game, like filling all your positions in the band or recording your 6th goal. Whatever the case, you'll add up your score at the end of the game to see who wins. Now let's look at the phases a little bit more in depth. At the beginning of the week phase, each player receives 5 cards from the play deck. All players simultaneously choose one from their hand and reveal their card. Then each player records their chosen card on their band sheet. If you add a musician to your band, you'll record the number and colors as indicated on the card onto one of your spots in your band. Playing an agenda is pretty simple. Cross off a space that matches that icon. Same thing with an asset. Scandals give you negative points, but your second one gives you a little money, which can be helpful. Each area on your sheet will give you benefits when you start connecting things together. If the colors match between 2 band members, then you create a harmony, and you'll mark that in your harmony section. Now, there's no restriction of what you cross off in the harmony section as long as it's the same color. Not many of them give you a little bonus. You'll get points, bonuses, and multipliers when you complete rows, columns, and even diagonal lines in the agenda area. Multipliers help you get some major points when you add a musician to your band. You'll take that middle number and multiply it by the multiplier you've already achieved. Write that new number on your band member instead of the one that's on your card. Bonuses are achieved in the asset section when both sides of the bonus have been crossed out. Some spots on your board require you to have money in order to cross off that area or add a band member. There's quite a number of spots that give you cash in order to remove that restriction. For instance, when you tour, it's one area that has a lot of money restrictions. I guess it costs a lot to go on the road. Anytime you receive a touring bonus, cross off a section on your sheet. If you make it to the end of various tracks, you'll be scoring points. Releases are at the top of your sheet. You'll be crossing those off throughout the game, and you have to cross them off from left to right, gaining the bonuses along the way. At the end of the game, you'll get points from this area by multiplying the top row by the bottom row. Another major part of the game is the drafting part. You'll play a card from your hand and then pass the cards. In a lower player count, you'll be able to see your initial hand again, but that won't be the case in a higher player count game. The round's over once everyone has recorded 4 cards. Then you move to the weekend phase. During this phase, public goals are checked to see if anyone has accomplished them, and you'll get points and a bonus too. You'll continue playing rounds until someone triggers the end of the game. You'll count up points to see who wins. Again, endgame is triggered if a person fills all the positions of their band, completes 6 goals, or fills the last space in the fail section. You'll basically be counting up the score of each section and adding all those points up together. This game is all about comboing things together. For example, can I put the right musician in my band that will match multiple colors, and then I can cross those off in the harmony section that could give me more bonuses that I could cross off in another section that possibly gives me even more bonuses. Now the theme comes through with the musician cards and even things like the creating of the harmonies between musicians, even what kind of musicians and tech you want to add to your band. If you enjoy roll and write style games, this is a different take on that with the way the card drafting works. Check out Draft and Write Records from InsideUp Games on crowdfunding, and we'd love for you to like this video, helps out that YouTube algorithm. Let me know in the comments who your favorite music band is.